So, Mr. McKay,
Mm-hmm.
can you, well, you're involved a lot in the local art scene, so can you tell us a little bit about, well, your opinions on the new censorship guidelines?
Well, other than the fact that they're incredibly vague, and that they seem to be backtracking on them already, they're some people think that they're an improvement, because to have restrictions on what you can do with a subject matter that before you weren't allowed to film at all might be considered progress. But I'm questioning whether representations of gay, lesbian and transgender people who either find redemption or death is an improvement on anything. So maybe the other argument could be that you shouldn't, if you can't tell a story honestly, don't tell it at all. So I'm in two minds about whether there'll be avenues for filmmakers to do something creative with that. Because sometimes censorship can be circumnavigated. You can work your way around the restrictions by being creative. So hopefully Malaysian filmmakers will be. But by and large, I think the restrictions are absurd. And the whole thing about Mat Rempit is just ridiculous. Because they're saying that you can make those films so long as these people suffer some form of punishment for being Mat Rempits. But my argument is that's the way all Mat Rempit films have always been. They've never shown anyone riding off into the sunset. They all meet with some fate, or they redeem themselves and find the true passage to good Malay citizenship. So I think the rulings are absurd. And they're arbitrary, because they never spell out anything specifically, so they leave all this grey, vague area, so nobody actually knows what they can and cannot do. And so therefore it leaves it open to, once you've done it, oh, well, okay, we will ban it. They retrospectively ban things too, or they change their mind and unban things. So books is the prime example. With publishing, is something will be available for years, and then suddenly they'll decide they're going to ban it. Everyone's already owns it, but they decide to ban it, and then they don't specify in the ban whether ownership of the book is an offence. So you don't know whether you should burn it, or keep it, or hide it, or because you bought it when it wasn't banned, therefore it's not illegal. Absurd. Censorship is absurd anyway. It doesn't work. I'm convinced it encourages people to see that there are things that the state wants us not to see. And you only have to go out onto the streets of Kuala Lumpur to know that there's literally no type of film that's not available. And I don't like to implicate the entire country, but I know no one, I've never met anybody that doesn't own a pirated product of some kind. It just doesn't work, so... Cut!